Hi, Chief Gregory here with the Police Department. I am going to talk briefly about the Motorola APX6000 radios and the programming testing that we are doing for these radios with the new Dane-Com system. Turning the radio on is simple. You just turn it on, and then the radio will announce what zone you are on.
Zone Z1, Town of Madison, Police Department.
It indicated we are on Zone 1, and that's the Town of Madison Police Department. If we switch zones, it will tell us what zone we are switching to.
Zone A, Hall.
You can switch through quickly, and it won't talk to you.
Zone 6, State Interrupt.
And as I was doing that, there are two different ways to change the particular zones that you are in. Zone up and zone down.
Zone 6, State Interrupt.
You can also push the zone button and then arrow to what zone you want to go to. Fairly simple to do. Our primary zone will be Zone Z. Once Dane-Com comes on board, oh, you can't see that. Or until Dane-Com comes on board, we will be working on Zone 1, which is our current zone. I'm hoping you can see that the three buttons here, 1, 2, and 3, are zone up, zone down. I'm sorry, zone up, zone down. And then if you arrow over, you have more options. Battery, your scan list to be able to take out and put in for your scanning channels. Mute. And there's also an info button, which will give you radio information, IP information, and control map information, which you probably won't need. We can change what these are, add or subtract certain features out of this. I mentioned the scanning button. Scan is turned on and off differently with this particular setup. Scan off, scan on. You can see by the little Z here that the scan is on. I turn this knobber over to the 0 with the cross out, and the scan is off. And you can see that by the little Z missing up over here. That is how you turn the scan on and off with a Dane-Com programmed radio. The ABC button on top, I don't know if you can see that, right through here, that ABC button, non-functional, we're not using it. The orange button on the portable radios is a functional emergency button. You hold it for a second and a half, and the emergency tone will go out on channel 1. Channel buttons, every zone has 16 channels. The zone list is out to everybody at this point. We don't care about that side. This side, the top button, which was the scan on-off button, now flips the light on to off. Push the talk button on the side here. The first button is a programmable channel button. So if you want the radio to go to Zone 1, Channel 7, push and hold. You hear the beep. Now if you change the radio number, push that, it'll take you to whatever channel you programmed it to. That being said, the home button, you push and hold, will take you to Zone 1, Channel 1 dispatch. Once Dane-Com comes on board, we'll reprogram these radios again this year, and this button will take you to Zone Z, which will be our primary zone that we use, to Dane County Channel 1 button. And then this button on the bottom is just the squelch. You can see that I have moved to Zone Z, TMPD, and I'm currently on DA Law 1. It's going through a burn-in
10,
process.
11, 12.
So that goes on for about 12 hours a day. We will move to DATMPD, which is our primary local channel on Danecom, which is channel 7 on the dial. The bottom button, when you are on the Danecom system, anytime you're on the Danecom system, it'll show DA and then the channel here, TMPD. You push the number 2 button on the bottom here, and it will show an RSSI number, RSSI 85. Anything in the 60 to 70 range, you have very poor reception, and it goes up to about 160, 170 for excellent reception. Every radio will also have the assigned person's name on the radio. Here it says it's Gregory because this radio is assigned to me. Every time I key my radio while on the Danecom system, my name will come over your radio, indicating that it's me talking. One last thing I want to talk about is the top display will have the same information as the side display for the channel, not the zone, not the alias for the radio, just the channel name. Now remember I talked about earlier pushing the side button to turn the light on and off. You push the side button and hold it, and if you look at the top display, it will flip the top display upside down if that makes it easier for you to read. Push and hold for about 2 seconds and the top display will flip. We have 2 of these radios that have been programmed with the Danecom system, my radio and Sergeant Gaines' radio. We will leave these radios out in the patrol room for you guys to test, play with, see what you like and dislike about the programming of the radios. You're not going to like what Danecom sounds like. It's got a tinny computer sound, and that is part of the P25 digital system sound. That's just the way it is. There's nothing I can do about that. But I'm looking for your input on programming. If we want to change the way the zones are laid out, if we want to change the way the channels are laid out, your aliases, the 3 buttons here, if we want to change what comes up there, the home button, emergency button, all of that, everything that's programmable on this radio. I'm looking for your input because you guys are the ones that are going to be using it. Get me the input as soon as you can. I anticipate doing a full programming in the next 2 to 3 weeks. I also have my squad car mobile that has been programmed in Danecom as well. If you want to use my squad car to test and see how the mobile is worked and set up, just let me know and I'll make sure my car is here for you to use during your patrol shift. These radios have been set up pretty much like Dane County's 500 radios that they're doing. Zones A through T are the same through all Dane County law enforcement radios, or at least they should be. That's the way the program has been set up. Questions? Send me an email, give me a call, talk to me. I'll see if I can answer them for you. Thank you very much, and please get your input back to me.